Green Light listeners, it looks like we've made it. We got Miller Lite to be the official beer of the Green Light Pod. The most beautiful can that God ever created right here. This beautiful white can here, this fine Pilsner. This is going to be all over the set. It's going to be all over the set on Sundays when we're doing live streams all fall. We're going to be podcasting responsibly. We're going to be live streaming responsibly. And you should celebrate responsibly because I feel like we made it. This is a big deal. Y'all helped us get here. We appreciate you. And I'm hyped. I'm hyped about Miller Lite, the official beer of the Green Light Podcast.
So I want to give out some mentions. The Miller Lite Mentions,
Yes.
man. This is now a branded segment. I'll explain the mentions. They're just basically fucking awards, people. You know, it's just a way for us to talk about more football. And then we'll get out of here, and we'll see you on Wednesday. But I'll explain them as we go. Obviously, we have best plane ride, worst plane ride. That's kind of been a staple here. It goes to the teams that had the best and worst plane ride. It's pretty fucking simple. Now, the worst car ride, I want to give this out. We had best car ride earlier, the Rolls Royce, me and Cowboy Reed. Worst car ride, Scott Frost. That had to be a tough car ride. Traffic out of Lincoln.
You're fired.
Especially if he had a company car and he had to take an Uber home.
Yeah, like, sorry, the company car is not yours anymore.
Jesse
Yeah.
Plemons looking ass.
Wow.
Well, he is. Like a, you know.
But I want to say this, though. He kind of wins here because he gets the bag. He was going to lose out on 7 and some change. October
7.5.
So October 2nd, $7.5 million. That was the difference between him getting fired the 1st and the 2nd of October, and we made it easily. You know how Will Compton's like, hey, man, you slide under the garage door. That's, if you got it. Well, Scott Frost slid all easily under the garage door and made that 7.5. Like we thought.
He's hanging out with Coach O.
He's hanging out with Coach O.
Coach O gave him the blueprint of how to do this.
Did you hear Coach O's interview?
Thank you for the opportunity. Gotta get out
He was like, when do you need me to leave?
Show me the door.
Show me the door.
Show me the door, brother.
Yeah, Scott Frost. I mean, he sounds like a great guy, but it just didn't work out.
Nebraska head football coach Bronco Mendenhall.
Come on.
Well,
Can I give a preemptive car ride of the week?
What?
Worst car ride of the week? Green Bay, Chicago, Sunday night. I'm assuming that the Bears, like they always do, will be driving to Green Bay.
wow.
Oh, wow. That's not great.
How long?
It's like a 3-hour ride.
I'd rather ride the bus every time than
Never.
fly. I'd rather ride the bus. Put me in a quick
fuck
bus.
that.
Bro, you spend so much time at the airport just waiting. And on the way home from the game,
There's
you
more
have to wait
room
for
on
the
the
equipment
plane,
guys
though.
to get the stuff on the plane. Like you're just sitting on the fucking tarmac after a loss. I'll go best plane ride. You could say the Saints, you could say the Giants. I'll wait to hear what you guys have to say, but I got App State
Oh,
leaving Kyle Field.
wish you had a teleporter to be home.
Bro, like to beat Texas A&M, they beat you, or they
Should have.
should have beat UNC. I feel like they beat UNC in a 60-point ball game, and then they beat Texas A&M, an SEC team on the road,
Unbelievable.
in a game that's like 17-12 or whatever it is, like, and they got paid to do it.
I got a best flight.
Okay, who's your best flight?
It's the quickest one probably of the NFL week, which was Steelers heading home.
Oh yeah, that's a good flight.
Getting out of there with a steal of a win. I mean,
Yep.
The Bengals turn the ball over 1,000 times, and they keep it close, and you get out of there with a win.
And it's a 1 p.m., so you get to party afterwards.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Drinks before sundown.
Yeah.
That's where I went. Baltimore Ravens heading home from New York. That's got to be 32 minutes in air. 1 p.m. kick. You're literally probably home by 7:15.
That's a great segue too.
After a stress-free win. over the
Stress-free.
Jets. Yeah.
With Joe Flacco, it's like die a hero or live long enough to be booed in New York and hear Mike White chants against your old team and throw the ball 59 times. So that
59
to me,
times.
he threw the ball a ton, bro. How many?
59.
Holy shit!
37 of 59.
How ridiculous is that? And to be like, I'm a Super Bowl champion, dude, and I'm out here getting booed by Jets fans. They don't even know what that smells like, and they're booing me. I mean, you should be kissing my feet, dude, as I walk out of the stadium. Instead, I'm getting booed, and you want Mike White in the game?
Well, to be fair,
I don't blame him.
Was electric. Last
Mike White is fucking electric, but it's got to kind of suck, dude.
Be Derek Carr or Kyler Murray.
Okay.
And I'm going to stick with Kyler Murray
Yeah.
because Derek doesn't deserve it going against those two ends.
Yeah, this is chalky, but I'll go Wilcox, the snapper. I mean,
Yeah.
it was too slow on the first one, and then the second one's too high. By the way, one of them's on a third down. So if we're going to go to the trouble of being smart to kick on third down, have your holder know that he can fall on, and we can do this over again.
Yeah. You're right. It's all this stuff.
Come on.
All this stuff,
What are we
dude.
doing?
All this stuff.
I got a
But-
hollow man too related to that. Like the holder should know what's going on. Trenton Gill in Chicago tries to towel down the field.
Yeah, the towel thing. But most people don't.
I didn't know
was a fucking
that.
I didn't know that either.
We can do snow off the ground, and I've seen that happen in
Plus,
Chicago, but I've never seen the water.
Devil's advocate, nobody knows what that guy looks like, the snapper.
Exactly.
So, like, it's kind of nice being the guy, like, of all things to
and
fuck
he's
up.
the new long snapper there.
Yeah, there's, like, kind of an excuse, like, I don't really do
Because
this.
Pat
have
Scales was there the last 7 years, so
He had his helmet off on the sideline, though. Pro tip.
not a good
Yeah,
move.
keep
Leave
that
that thing
motherfucker
back
on.
on.
Go
Yeah.
OPSEC.
All right, so you had worst flight. I skipped out order there. You had,
I had Dak Prescott going to his specialist
it
after his
sucks.
injury. Like, imagine having to go get MRIs and X-rays today
it's the worst.
when the sky is already falling
It's
in
the
Dallas.
worst. It's the
It's
worst.
probably James Andrews. Doesn't even matter the body part.
Yeah,
You're going to see Dr. Andrews.
we're going to cut it.
I'll go Jacksonville Jaguars. One,
Yeah.
you're flying back to Jacksonville. No disrespect.
I like Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It's not a bit. You really don't like Jacksonville?
Well, I'm told they got rid of the Hooters on the.
Ponte
Yeah,
Vedra?
if the Hooters at the landing's gone, there's not much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got a TPC.
You ever been
something
down
or
there?
other. Yeah, I've been down there.
Let's go.
I saw us lose. I saw my friend Chris lose a Gator Bowl in Jacksonville.
Yeah, fuck, it sucked.
After
I think Peter Lalick lost the Gator Bowl.
It was tough. That hurry up offense was tough to keep up
certainly
with.
wasn't Juice Simpson going 95.
No, he
yards to the
crushed
house.
it, bro.
But yeah, I mean, you should be 1-0. There should be a lot of excitement. Maybe there still is in that building. But Carson and the commies come back. Shout out also to the commies. I know it's very difficult to turn away from your racist past and culture and everything. Bird's eye view. I think the unis look solid.
Yeah.
Commanders, people are saying commies, C words.
Yeah.
It's kind of working.
You're going to make me calm.
Yeah, that's a great meme. Fly on the wall, which is, of course, you wish you could hear the conversation, see what happens. Tyson and Kraft sitting together was up there for me. Like, what are they talking about? Mike Tyson and Robert Kraft. But I'm going to give it to the LSU guy who stood like Forrest Gump out on the field in Baton Rouge.
booming.
Bro, what was he doing?
Booming.
You think he was on boomers?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't just drunk.
No.
What was he saying to the cops?
He said, "Operator, won't you put me on through? I gotta send my love down to Baton Rouge. Hurry up, I gotta get her on the line. I gotta talk to my girl just one more time." And they were like, "Get the fuck out of here, man.
Like, that's not the words.
You don't even know the song."
No, that guy was standing like Forrest Gump out there in front of 80,000 people. There was a play going on.
The hands
he
on
looked,
the hips.
He looked like he was, he was just standing there like, I'm not going to get up. But you know what I'm talking about. And he's just, they're running a play. The Citadel or whoever they're playing is like, by the way, great looking uniforms.
Yeah, Southern.
Southern.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't do you disrespect the troops there. But yeah, that's my fly on the wall. The guy that was standing like Forrest Gump out there.
My fly on the wall has to be, as a former offensive lineman, having a shitty, performance. You go into that meeting, and not only are they going to show all the sacks you gave up and all the hits you gave up, but the Cincinnati offensive line having that meeting will be in front of the entirety of the offense, maybe even in front of the entire team.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a look at that film. I'd love to be a fly on the wall
Well,
there.
and baby Jesus Joe Burrow sitting right there, and you won't let him down.
But
Like,
he's the
that
type
makes
of
it
guy
even
who will
worse.
look. He'll turn around in the meeting and say, "That one's on me, guys."
Well, no question. He's probably not a bus thrower.
Yeah.
But you just want a block for him, I bet. It probably
no
hurts
doubt.
you when you're like, damn it,
Yeah.
I got Joe killed. Okay.
Fly on the wall. The day the Dallas Cowboys doctor decided to wear that hat
Yeah.
every single day for the rest of his life.
Yeah, like when did that?
Because he's wearing it today too.
Yeah.
It's not like this is just my game day hat. He's wearing that for sure every day. Probably a talk with the significant other, because I don't think you're doing that on
no,
your own.
I think that's aren't there multiple? Don't they all wear hats there? It's like some sort of a.
Kind of like your
That
zip
cat-
up, Macon.
my what?
Your zip up. Your zip up.
My jacket?
I feel like every time I see you, you wear that.
You got some little zipper.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall.
I like zippers. No, that's fair.
You're like, cool. You complain about the air being too low everywhere you go. That's what you
Do you
strike
like
me
the
as.
AC high or low?
I'm always freezing, but that's why I layer up. So I'm cool. I'm not a complainer, you know?
Yeah. No, I've never known you to do that.
The guy who was on the field with, actually, it wasn't even Dak. Dak ran off. But when he went out to visit whoever, maybe McGovern last night, that's the guy I recognize every single time out there. And he's not touching a player. Like the trainers have to help guys off the field, but he's just there in a cowboy hat and a suit.
Yeah.
A cowboy hat and a suit.
Just got done securing the border.
Right.
And he's
Often orthos are in the
he's
suit.
evaluating a guy's hand.
But like, hey, I'm going to wear this today and every day for the rest of my life. Are you sure? I'd like to.
Bro, I think it looks pretty fucking cool, as you could tell. There's no reason for me to be wearing a cowboy hat right now. It just feels good.
I'm
And I
committed.
totally respect the fact that you're like, God, I'm a doctor. I don't need this hat. But
Like, is he in surgery with that thing?
yeah, I think so. Like,
The reason that he has that hat is because he can drain up to 10 gallons
Of blood.
of his patient's blood.
that's
Right.
really smart, Kyle.
Yep.
Right.
I think you figured it out. All right. So viewing party is it's where you're interested at the vantage point of the subject of this mention. So again, we're Miller Lite Mentions here. Viewing party for me is Jalen Reagor, who has constantly been, over his short career, compared to Justin Jefferson unfairly because he was picked before him in Philly. And Jefferson, of course, went for like 180 yesterday. But for once, Jalen has to decide if he wants to root for him or not. It was always a simple decision in Philly. He probably was like, I hope that motherfucker like falls down the stairs. Come on. I mean, like, you know, it sounds bad, but you're competitive. You're like, I don't want this guy to fucking do numbers. They're comparing him to me. Now he gets traded to Minnesota and he's in his meeting room. They're teammates and they seem to be having fun. You know, I think it's cool. Now he's kind of like, man, yeah, now I can relax and hope Justin goes off because it's good for everybody, right? I'm a Minnesota Viking. So I want Jalen Reagor to have a fresh start. Obviously, his special teams coach really likes him. Yeah, viewing party, Jalen Reagor.
Viewing party, or as I like to describe, the best seat in the house.
Best seat in the house. We're changing it. Good call.
Will
Great taste,
be
less filling.
the old bright-minded Mitchell Schwartz, who does not owe any of us money. He's got a great home setup to watch games. He's got one of those big giant TVs with a it's got 4 panels on it, so it looks like 4 different TVs. It looks like what I would imagine Stephen A. watches football on. I'd love to go watch over there.
Can it turn into 4 different TVs, or is it always just the one?
I think it can. I think he had it on 4 different games.
It's like a tile.
Yeah, it's like a
setup.
tile.
Wow.
And he's also got a golf simulator over there. Talk about you can't find a better place to watch a game. You know, hit during the commercials, watch football during the game.
I'm gonna just come in. I'm gonna go steal one of his TVs. If his brother don't want to pay me, I'm just gonna steal his fucking TV.
And Mitch can just teach me about football. That dude is fucking smart.
He's very smart. Is he smarter than Jeff though?
Oof.
I don't know.
They wrote a book called The Schwartzes Are Smarter Than You.
Is that the name of the
I
book?
think, no.
Yeah.
Jeff's podcast is Jeff Schwartz is
Yeah,
smarter than you.
Viewing party, Cam Akers, fantasy managers. 3
Yeah, bad.
carries, 0 yards
Bad.
on Thursday
Bad.
night.
Bad.
It appears Darrell Henderson is RB1, at least for now.
I don't think they're very healthy in the middle at the offensive line position in Los Angeles, and I'm
Is your
gonna
phone
see
ringing?
No, I just want to know if that's going to be something that's going to be a repeating trend.
I said in Fridge Talk they might call you.
Yeah, well, they ain't calling me.
It's not guaranteed money here, Kyle, just so you know. Like,
Yeah.
if you skate, I'm not going to be throwing a salary on top of the millions you're going to make helping Matt Stafford up. All right, so Hollow Man, we've done that. Memorial Frank Gore Award, which is given to a St. Louis Memorial Award, given to a guy that's toiling in obscurity. We have Jerry Hughes here. I'm going to go with Jerry Hughes because nobody watched that game except for me. Various monies on the game and much respect for Jerry Hughes. So I'll give it to Jerry Hughes.
I've got one for the St. Louis Memorial. That's Sam Mustipher, a guy who's been battling adversity in Chicago. Fans, media members have said he's not good enough, he's not big enough, he's not tough enough. This guy should be in there. Sam's out there. Sam's making blocks. Sam's double teaming guys and climbing to the second level. You look at Herbert getting in, the running back for the Bears. Who's he following? Sam Mustipher. I'm going to say that's a guy who's succeeding in obscurity.
Mustipher.
Love it. And his brother's a defensive tackle. We could be watching him in the league.
Yeah, check him out.
Balling out, James Robinson, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. Everybody's talking about ETN. Most of you cannot pronounce ETN. Hearing a lot of Etiennes out there.
ETN's pretty easy for me, which is bad.
You go to the Clemson Media Guide. I loved it. Pronunciation Guide, Travis Etienne in parentheses. It was capital E, capital T, capital
Well,
N.
that's good.
Awesome. ETN. And yet, James Robinson gets healthy and is out there doing things for the Jags, the now 0-1 Jags, 2 tutties.
Good player, man. Bevel Conway, we'll save the game ball for very last. Bevel Conway, I'm going to give it to the Fox set.
Wow.
Fox set looked beautiful. It did. I that needed an update, and I liked it. You know, like the lights were a little bright, but Fox set looked good. Dad looked good up there. Guys look happy.
This is not a uniform or a stadium, but it is Tyreek Hill being in front of a camera post game. In Kansas City, we didn't get to see it. We'd always talk to Travis. We'd always talk to Patrick. We always talk to, you know what I'm saying, EB. But you're not talking to Tyreek now with him in Miami.
So you were just like, man, that's beautiful.
It's nice to see him because he's a guy that likes to bust the balls of his teammates.
Yeah.
Like when he said the stuff about Tua being more accurate, it's
Yeah.
tongue in cheek. Guys who play with Tyreek know he's just.
So you think him and Pat get along?
I'm sure they do, but here's the deal:
Yeah.
when you say something like that,
Yeah.
Pat remembers it.
Yeah, Pat remembers it.
But Tyreek thinks it's being funny. But I do like to see Tyreek, you know, with his shades on, with his blockers on,
Yeah.
in the locker room talking. That's cool to me. It's a new look for him, and I'm enjoying it.
Bevel Conway, beautiful post-game interview. That's the first.
You mentioned it. Chargers, Raiders.
Gorgeous.
White, baby blue, mustard, and the silver, white, silver.
Gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
Game ball, we're going to go, and I'm not to steal your thunder if you had him, but Saquon to me wins the game ball.
Yeah, he's on the list.
He's one of the few, like, how many running backs are like the whole thing for a team anymore? That team is built around the running back.
Just wait. Get Wandale healthy.
Okay,
and,
good. Yeah, there's other things.
Yeah.
But Saquon, man, you're happy for him. Seems like a great
my
kid.
gosh.
Other than the fact Kyle thinks he's a camera hog. I think he's just a great kid.
He's really handsome, and I'm jealous.
Say quads.
Yeah, for game ball, I got to go with Patrick Mahomes. He comes out and does what we've come to know him as doing historically, and I don't know why people even take a second to doubt the Chiefs because they come out and they put up numbers like they did efficiently. You look at his numbers in the first 2 months of the season, he's damn near flawless. So I'll be riding high on the PM15 bandwagon for the first quarter of the season at least.
Good.
Justin Jefferson, 9 for 184 on 11 targets, 2 touchdowns for the Super Bowl winning Minnesota Vikings in Week 1.
He would have had 230, but he dropped that one.
Could have had.
You know which one I'm talking
300.
about? You know which one I'm talking
Yeah.
about? I was about to tweet, this looks like Jamar Chase versus the Chiefs. But then they were like incomplete.
And also, yeah, you probably end up arguing with Chiefs fans.
Thielen's not really Thielen. Dalvin wasn't heavily involved in the passing game. It's one guy.
Yeah.
It's one guy, and they couldn't stop him.
He is him.
He is,
As
him.
they say.
One of one.
One of one. And we are us. Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.